Hello, everybody. This is HM5, and this is actually our first recording session after a while, actually, because you've been gone to Seattle for
a week and a half. Almost.
And
a little over a week.
Really quick though, because I want to let Adam tell me about his trip to Seattle, since I'm actually just seeing him within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to play Gloomhaven in this episode, which is a pretty popular board game, tabletop board game.
It's a crazy board game. It's very expensive. It's it's a huge box, and it's a campaign, which was pretty cool. Like, I played the first mission, I think, or first two missions with my buddy Chris, who has it. The thing I didn't care for was the fact that, like, you get these cards for, like, your skills. Mm-hmm. And afterwards, they're like, after you use this skill, tear up the card. And it's like, that's a $200 board game, and I'm just supposed to tear up this card?
So
what the hell?
The kind of segue from that, so that's actually what makes this difficult. So I've never played Gloomhaven or Frosthaven tabletop version. I got this just about a week ago, maybe less than that, and I've been learning to play. So this is my current campaign, which I'm barely into. I was stuck on this first mission, the very first mission you're supposed to do. Played it about 8 times and then finally beat it.
Nice.
On easy. But anyways, so what it is it's kind of like a D&D thing, but the combat, you do have ability cards, and the ability cards get quote-unquote burned after you use them.
Yep.
And then you have to short rest or long rest to get them back,
yep.
But then you lose some of them sometimes. So you continuously dwindle in your ability cards throughout the entire mission you're doing, which makes it very hard.
Yep.
It looks like I don't have to do anything in town. I've already bought some stuff, and there's no encounters, it looks like, so I'll just go to the next mission.
Okay.
But anyways, tell us about your trip to Seattle, Adam.
So I went out, so just starting off the story, we were anticipating on this year for our main vacation to be going to Las Vegas and then California. There's that channel, the YouTube channel, Living in a Ghost Town or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The Cerro Gordo, the abandoned mining town. If you haven't already checked that out, which a lot of people have already watched that, check that out too. But we were planning on going there. And then we get an invitation in the mail from my buddy Brandon, who works on video games. He's the one that did Diablo, work on Diablo 4 and Mortal Kombat, etc., etc. So we get a wedding invitation for him, and so I'm like, how do you feel about going to Seattle then? So Rusty's like, okay. So we changed our vacation plan to go there. So that's the prelude. So actual Seattle, we got there. They're 3 hours behind us. So so like the time zone change was different. On top of it, in airplanes, my ears pop really bad sometimes. So my ear popped really bad, so I was like useless the very first day we got there. We got our rental vehicle, and then we got a phone call from the Airbnb people that we rented a cabin from. So instead of staying in Seattle, we stayed about an hour and a half away from Seattle at an Airbnb, a cabin in the woods on a mountainside.
Oh, that sounds
that
cool.
Had a fucking beautiful river running through it. It was shallow, like you could walk up to it. There was a little walking trail to get down to a beach area. It was a little rocky beach. There was like rapids right around there, but there were some huge rocks that kind of made like a calm circle area in the river. So like there was like the river was moving, and then there's like a circle of just like calm water. It was very beautiful. But anyway, we get that phone call from the Airbnb host, and there were people that were just staying there over the weekend, and they reported that there was either mice or shrews that got into the cabin.
Oh, that sucks.
So she asked if we wanted a refund and to cancel our stay, or if we would deal with it, and she would give us 2 free nights. So the cabin we rented was $180 a night.
Damn.
And so we took the 2 free nights. The first night, I'm very tired because I have like panic attacks when I'm traveling. Like, it's just like anxiousness about like the travel. Like, I love traveling and stuff, but like I just never sleep the night before like I can travel. So it's just being excited for it. So I'm super tired, and it's like midnight there, which means it's like, or it's like 11 o'clock there, which means it's like 2 o'clock at night here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hearing noises in the kitchen, and it's the mice on the counters.
Oh, lovely.
So we have to deal with the mice situation right away. So, we worked out a routine, Rusty and I, and we got the mice. We captured them and destroyed them and threw them away.
Destroyed them.
Yeah, she ended up pinning them down with one of her hiking shoes, and then I punched the shoe and crushed it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was not good, but we didn't have any mouse traps or anything, or like a humane way to like catch them. And if you took them out to the woods, they just come back in and shit.
Well,
so,
yeah, I mean that is true.
So we're like, well, this is probably the most humane way, is to just kill them instead of like kill them as fast as possible, as opposed to anything else. So we killed the mice. The rest of the trip was pretty fine.
That's good.
Tuesday was kind of a recovery day. We just chilled at the cabin. Wednesday, however, we took a trip into town. We drove into Seattle, or north of Seattle, and we went whale watching.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It was interesting. So we got on a big boat, with a bunch of other people, and then we just drove out to the water in the harbor area. And there's all these sea lions out there. So we saw an island of sea lions. And we pull up to an area where there's 3 big boats, like kind of in a circle type thing, or starting to circle. And they're like, okay, the whales have been spotted up here. Let's head up this way. And they're like, we probably won't see much, blah, blah, blah. But like they're reporting that they're killer whales, they're orcas.
Okay.
And there's between 3 and 4 of them. So we get up and we get our motor stopped. There's like regulations and stuff about their speeds that they can go when there's orcas present. And we got down to speed and we got stopped, and an orca popped up right next to our boat. Like,
oh, shoot.
Like,
okay.
Seemingly probably within 50 feet away from our boat, which is pretty close for like a giant fucking whale to be. And then, so I actually got a video of it, them popped up, and then we're talking, and I'm like holding my camera out to like try to see where they're gonna pop up next, because like the lady was telling us like, oh, they usually pop back up every like 10-15 seconds or something when they're moving like this, and they popped up right on the other side of our boat too. And they're like, oh my god, the lady was like, you never see them up this close, like blah blah blah. So like that was pretty cool. I don't know if she just says that to all the boats type of thing
every time.
But it was a pretty cool experience. So we saw 4. It was 4 of them, and apparently one of the boats had communicated, that were in the circle, that they caught some sort of animal. They think it was some sort of porpoise, and they caught it, and one of them holds it, and then the rest like come and pick off pieces of it. So they just basically like eat it alive, or they kill it and like eat it that way.
That's messed up.
So they were like shredding this thing apart, and like other boats, I guess, could see blood. Like they were further away from our boat when this was all happening. But we did see, I think they called it a spy hop. It's when a orca whale jumps straight up out of the water, and just like most of its head and like its like back fins kind of come out. Its tail's still underwater. But like they're like looking around, and apparently they either do that as a celebratory thing after a kill, or they do it to kind of spy to like see where the next area is to go. So it was cool, and like the lady, all these orcas were like kind of documented based off of their fin patterns and stuff, so she could tell us like who these whales were and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
That's sweet.
And then on the way back, it was starting to get cooler, and we were sitting on like the viewing area of the boat, so like the front part, not in the cabin, and like it was just super windy, so like that took a lot out of us. Like Rusty and I were both like shivering the rest of the night, because like there was no space to go back in the cabin. Like we would have like had to like sit next to like people we didn't know, because like all the seats were taken.
Oh, gotcha.
So So yeah, we just kind of dealt with the cold out there, and then like we got back, and then Thursday we just kind of like recovered all day, and hung out at the cabin and stuff like that. And then Friday we got to explore Seattle a little bit. Went to the Space Needle. We didn't get to go up it because we had limited time before like our wedding obligations and stuff. And then we signed up for type of thing. So it was because it was a destination wedding for both their families really. She's from like her family's all in the Pittsburgh area, and his is all in Michigan. So everybody had to fly out to Seattle for that. So, so we met at a brewery or it's called what was it called? Growler Guys. So we met there and got to meet up with everybody. So finally got to see Brandon and hang out. Got to meet his wife and family and stuff, and then went back to our cabin. Then Saturday was the wedding, and then Sunday there was a brunch thing that we went to. So we did that, and then we went to Pike's Place Market, which is the big market in Seattle.
Okay.
That's where the world famous gum wall is that I sent you pictures of.
Yeah, that was just
alleyway. People just throw gum up on the wall, and
I want to tell you really quick though. I would have never have guessed, however, that was a gum wall if you didn't tell me, because just the way it looked without any context was like, that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And then when you told me it's the gum wall, I'm like, oh my god, that is.
It's very weird walking in that alley too, because like normally when you're walking, it's like, oh, if I happen to trip or something, like I'm not a clumsy person, but like all these things are always running through my brain at any point. Like, oh, I might need to lean up against the wall for some reason, or like if I trip, I can catch myself on the wall. But it's like here, it's like I don't want to touch the wall. Yeah. So like there was just like a very like weird feeling of being on edge in that area. But yeah, Pike's. That market was kind of cool. We were there while it was like getting ready to close down though, so like we missed like all the fish tossing things that like show up on like on like all the Travel Channel videos and stuff like that for Seattle. But we did buy a small container of saffron.
Saffron?
The spice, the most expensive spice in the world.
Have you tried it?
We haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
It's still sealed, and it was we bought like one, it was like a half a gram or a gram of it or something, but it was only like $14 for the amount that we bought.
Oh.
Which is like expensive for a spice, but it's like I'd never seen it out in the wild before.
Oh, yeah.
And like you just hear that it's like this the most expensive spice in the world. So it's like I'm curious about it, so I bought it as a novelty type thing.
Hopefully it's worth it.
Because we didn't really buy a whole lot out there either. We bought like our groceries and then our meals and stuff, and then the adventures we went on. And then I bought a shot glass and like a little Space Needle magnet. And then Rusty just bought her standard traveling spoon. And then I think it's bismuth, the metal. She bought a little block of that. It's really cool. Let me go grab it real quick, and I'll show you what
sounds familiar, but I can't
probably talk about what's going on in the game.
Yeah, actually, I could do that really quickly here, because I know there's been a lot. Whoa, that's... I should try to look up a picture of the post in the video, but that's sweet looking.
It's weird how it's all like squares and stuff. Apparently you can like make it with Pepto-Bismol and a blowtorch, but I don't know how he got all those squares like that. But
yeah, really quick. So actually this episode itself, or the combat, started off differently because I had a random encounter which happened a while back at this point, and because of the choice I made, I had to discard 2 skill cards per each character I have, which is already setting me up to lose.
Gotcha.
So I had to, and I didn't realize that at first until I started reading it. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get rid of things. So that's what took a while to get started. So yeah, I'm actually operating on 2 less skill cards for each character, which is awful. But what I'm trying to do is your typical dungeon crawling thing, just attack and kill. But the main boss here, who is the guy kind of up towards the top that has a shield right here, he's going to keep opening all these doorways for more undeads to come out. So I'm trying to take him out first, so I don't have to deal with like a shit ton of zombies. But I'm not sure if that's going to work out. So that's kind of the context of what's going on here. I have played this one already once before and lost.
Okay.
That's why I kind of know what to do, and I don't really narrate. I don't need to narrate anything, but I'm sure no one really cares anyways, you know? You guys just want to hear the story about Seattle, I'm sure. So, anyways, I'm going to continue on.
That's why people come to video gaming channels, is to hear about people's travel stories.
Hey, they might with us, who knows?
Yeah. Then the last day we were there was Monday. We went to Olympic National Forest, and we found a couple small hiking trails and a camp area and stuff like that, and just kind of walked around and saw some beautiful sights. So the forests there are just, it's amazing. So I did meet up with on Sunday. I met up with a friend that I went to high school with. It's funny, I bumped into him at the local grocery store in town here, and I was like, hey, how's it been going? And like, we exchanged phone numbers and stuff, and he said that he lived out in Seattle. I'm like, oh, I'm going out there for a wedding. And so like, I actually got to meet up with him and have dinner with him and his fiance. So
okay.
It was really cool catching up with him. So he was somebody I was used to like just play video games with in high school all the time. So we'd go to, I don't know, I think we talked about it before, the Frag Center.
Oh, yeah. I see. Crazy thing. I've actually never been there, but I know all about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So we used to go there together and play. So it was really cool catching back up with him. And like, I'm hoping, he said he's going to hit me up when he comes back to Michigan in the spring. So hopefully I'll see him again then. And I'm hoping to actually get back out to Seattle, because there's so much more like we could have done, and just like we didn't get to go hiking that much because like we were both exhausted the day after whale watching, and I was out of it all day Tuesday from like my ear popping so bad from the flight and everything. And also, this was my first vacation in 3 years that I've taken where I didn't bring my work phone with me.
Oh, good call, man.
So I was just like this. Yeah, I even took my work phone with me to Italy. Like,
oh gosh.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'm not gonna deal with it. So I just took it off, and it was nice. I got kind of the resting time that I need, because like, if I didn't have the option to like look over, like, oh, I can just, you know, what I did in Italy was like we'd be on the tour bus, and like we'd have the Wi-Fi on the bus, so I'd just be like, oh, I'll just check some emails, that way I don't have thousands when I come back. And
well, I mean, that's not a bad idea, but
it's also, it's like I'm supposed to be on vacation, so like my brain, and like I don't know, like it's a weird thing. Like I don't want to be that dedicated to work, but I do. But like it's a weird mixed feeling. Like I feel like I shouldn't be, because I've also been really mentally drained the last several years, as Andy can detest. And I talked to him about it a little while ago, but. So it was a really good vacation. So
that's good to hear, man.
Yeah, and our dogs were super excited when we got back. They stayed down at my parents', and we were supposed to go camping this weekend. Rusty actually went salmon fishing with her family, and like I'm like, okay, so here are my options. We either give the dogs back to my parents when we just got them back, which like they're gonna be like freaking out even more because it takes some adjustment days. And they just got back to us. Or we have to take the dogs camping with us, if I go too. Then I have to watch the dogs because I don't salmon fish because I'm allergic to eating fish, so I don't find a point in fishing. And I never used to find fishing relaxing when I was a kid anyway. I just didn't have the patience for it. Yeah. So it's like, so that means I'm going to have to stay at camp and watch both my dogs outside the whole time. When Knox is a monster outside, he just wants to play with Hercules the whole time and attack him. They'd be tied up. I don't know where we'd be at. It's like a campground I've never been to. So I'm just like, I'm just going to stay home with the dogs, and you can go up with your family. Also, with all the traveling and stuff, I just am like, I just want to be home.
You get burnt out, man. Yeah.
So.
I know I've been wanting to go camping again. And I think next weekend for us, we're going to go to our family-owned cabin, which is more just beneficial for the land to put a camper on. So hopefully we'll do that next week. Shit, I gotta discard something. So really quick though on this. So I can take less damage if I discard one of my ability cards, which also sucks. But I'm getting kind of low on the health, so I got to. But I'm actually, so
was gonna say, you look like you're doing.
I'm doing
decent,
really well,
yeah.
actually. I might be able to beat this since I took off the big baddie. I just gotta, I think, clean up these guys, and I'll be good to go. So we'll see here. I'll be impressed, because, man, this was a tough go when I first started playing this game. I was like so excited. I'm like, wow, I just keep losing, but it's getting better. So
Yeah, this was in a. This game was in one of the video games of like 10 Switch games you should buy right now type of thing. So I was like interested in like looking at it, and Andy was like, "I got this game." I'm like, "Yeah, let's fucking play that then, so I can see what it looks like."
And I had no idea it was coming to Switch. I just happened to cross it. I just pulled up my Switch and went on the eStore to do something else, and I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna get this." I guess I'll choose both of these just to do it, and hopefully I'll be done after I kill this guy.
So, also, we're going to AEW Collision tonight.
Fuck yeah, man.
So that'll be pretty sweet. We're recording before that, and we might record after, depending on how we're feeling.
Oh, sure.
If we're both burnt out or tired, then probably not. But, either way, Andy parked on the side hill, so he can crash here if he needs to.
That was my plan, just in case.
Yep.
Which actually, I mean, I might be down for it anyways, because my son's having a friend stay over, so I don't really have a need or want to stay at home. But, I mean, I will if I have to. I don't really need to move up here, but I don't think I can do
I should probably
anything.
close up the windows after this video and turn the air back on, though, because it will probably get a little warm in here.
There we go. All right, let's, I think I got my attack with my dude here. I forgot what I named them. They have actual names, but it doesn't show up in the combat. Okay. There we go. Oh, I won't be able to finish him off. Smash! So close. And then I can move. Which I
Kill him.
won't. Gotta wait until my next turn.
So this game plays a lot like Mario vs. Rabbids.
Yeah, yeah, it does actually.
Which there's a lot of other games that are like this, but that's like what I'm just reminded of with it being on Switch. And
actually, that brings up. I forgot about this game, but the oh shoot, it's the one with the aliens.
yeah, the space game that was
Lucas
free on
always plays
PS4 for a while.
Oh man, what's that called? I played one a few times before.
Yeah, that was fun when Lucas was playing that, because he named all the characters after like people he worked with and stuff.
Yeah,
so
which is awesome.
I was a sniper. I can't remember what you were, but he always tried getting you killed because that was always his thing, was killing Andy.
Yep. Maybe if someone's watching up to this point, let us know if you know the game that we're talking about, because I don't.
God, what was that called?
I feel like it has an easy name.
It does.
Too. Bam! He's dead. Am I good? Am I done? Can't attack anymore, so only the bandit commander may open the rooms. All mercenaries start with 3 curses. Okay, maybe it's just gonna have me finish up his moves, and I'll go pick up some loot, since I always forget to do that. Pick it up. Can't do anything with that. End it. We're done. Did I do it?
Can you pick up that other pile of gold?
Not if I
Or
don't
is
have any
everything
moves
done?
left. Oh my gosh! I didn't expect to actually win this.
Yay!
I went into
Victory.
this recording session figuring I would lose. What a nice surprise. Alright, I'll kind of skip through. I mean, I skipped through the beginning narration, so you guys might as well not flush it out if you had no idea what's going on. Alright, cool. I didn't really do much on my additional skill points, perks I could have got, but... Well, cool. I guess that's it.
Looks like a cool game, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll play some more. Let us know if you want to see more of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. It'd probably be great if I started at the very beginning and actually everyone could have sat in on the lore and stuff, but I figured it was just something kind of fun to do for the meeting. Or moment. Oops. I don't know why I said meeting.
business, because we're important business.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Anyways, well, yeah, I'll end this.
Well, we'll get through this little story
Oh,
here.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we'll...
A tribe of Inox in the Dagger Forest as a ransom.
Setting up for the
Inox.
next one.
Yeah. That way we can see what's coming up and give a little bit of story. Seems how I talked over most of the entire video
But they do nothing. She spits.
about my exciting trip. Saw fucking killer whales, man.
That's sweet.
I will pay you even more. She places
I hear something about getting paid money, which is great.
Money. That's always good in games.
come find me.
Okay. So let's take a look at the map then, see where this is. I got 10 gold each, 1 prosperity, and 4 XP. That's a little ways away. Oh, I got a video here, huh?
You got a new area open.
Yeah, we got a couple places to go now.
And
so.
wait for it.
All
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah.
Right there.
See you guys later.